और मेरे पंचायत में जो खेती हो रही है और टाइम पे नहीं हो पा रही है बारिश की कमी के कारण, और बारिश की कमी या पानी के कारण ये है समस्या, मेन समस्या कि आजकल हम लोग रासायनिक खाद पर चले हैं और बीज भी हम लोग खरीद के ले लेते हैं। जैसे पुराने ज़माने में हम लोग अपना बीज लगाते थे, उस टाइम पानी भी बहुत अच्छा खेत में रहता था और बारिश भी टाइम पर होती थी। और आजकल जब रासायनिक खाद लगाने लगे तो ज़मीन की उर्वरक शक्ति ख़त्म हो गई।
To shifting rainfall patterns to ever-increasing temperatures and vanishing waters, Jharkhand is one of the most climate-vulnerable states of our country. And as the entire world continues to grapple with these pressing impacts of changing climate, the Indian government has turned its focus towards climate-resilient farming, a solution that equips our farmers to face these ever-increasing climate risks. But what impact does climate change have on agriculture and the people dependent on it? Agriculture is India's biggest employer with nearly 250 million livelihoods dependent on it. But climate change-linked losses have hit farm yields and pushed up debt. To protect or to improve yields, farmers are using chemical fertilizers that are stripping the soil of nutrients while adding to agricultural emissions. The uncertain nature of the agricultural business has pushed up migration. We spoke to grassroots leaders in Jharkhand at a recent convening where they gathered to discuss the impacts of climate change and the possible localized solutions. The farmers had gathered for a unique conference of panchayats modeled on the Conference of Parties, where world leaders convened to address pressing climate challenges and chart the way forward. This COP, however, tuned into the voices of Panchayati Raj institution leaders and farmers of Jharkhand who stand on the front lines of climate change.
हमारे पंचायत में आज वर्षा समय से नहीं होने के कारण सभी नौजुवक लड़का लोग बाहर पलायन कर जाते हैं। आज इस मीटिंग के दौरान एक चीज़ हमें अच्छा लगा, जो कि कम वर्षा में अच्छा खेती, जैसे मड़ुआ, धान, मंदली और साठी जैसे खेती का हम लोग कर सकते हैं, जो कि कम बरसात में होती है और इसका मुआवजा भी बाज़ार में अच्छा खासा मिलता है। हमारे इस झारखंड के क्षेत्र के लोग अगर इस खेती को बढ़ावा दे और खेती को बढ़िया ढंग से करे तो हमारा जो पलायन जो बाहर जो जा रहे हैं नौजुवक लोग उसका काफ़ी हद तक इसका पलायन रुक सकती है और यहाँ अच्छा खासा खेती करके अपना जीविका का उपार्जन कर सकते हैं।
The union budget this year focused on raising productivity and developing climate-resilient varieties, emphasizing a return to traditional sustainable practices. This month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hailed India's sustainable farming practices as a model for the world to follow. Several regions in India have dabbled in climate-resilient farming with varying results. From the innovative techniques in Jhabua, where farmers are rediscovering traditional crops, seeds, and natural fertilizers, as covered in an earlier story on the migration story, to the state-backed natural farming program in Andhra Pradesh, where nearly 8 lakh farmers are using handmade manure and growing multiple crops instead of one, or the large organic patches in Sikkim. These regions offer lessons in both successes and challenges. So while natural farming is widely believed to be a sustainable approach that relies on ecological processes, aims to improve and restore soil health, and uses crop varieties such as millets, which are resilient to droughts and rising heat, what do farmers actually think?
जो पुराना हम लोग खेती करते थे, पुराना धान जो भी था, तो उसमें धान के उत्पादन जो है थोड़ा कमी होती थी और अभी जो बहुराष्ट्रीय कंपनी से जो धान का बीज मिलता था उसका थोड़ा उपज बढ़ा हुआ ज़्यादा हो रहा है। यही अंतर है दोनों में। और नहीं तो पौष्टिक आहार पे चलिएगा तो पुराना जो धान हम लोग लगाते थे वही है पौष्टिक, शरीर के लिए भी कोई हानिकारक नहीं है।
As these local leaders tackle these climate risks heads on, they are also setting a very important example of how grassroots actions can drive actual meaningful change.
मैंने अजय मेम्बा हमारे स्थानीय खान पान को, जो कि हमारी संस्कृति है, हमारी पहचान है, उसको पुनः स्थापित करने की मुहिम मैंने शुरू किया। फिर साथ में ये जलवायु परिवर्तन का जो पूरे वैश्विक लेवल पे जो बात चल रही है, वो कहीं ना कहीं इसका हमारे खान पान को फिर से वापस लाने के लिए एक पूरक का काम कर रहा है।
Entire set of consultations in COP over the last 2 years, I believe a big takeaway has been that the kind of micro initiatives by women collectives, other members within panchayats, that has looked at an idea of sustainable agriculture. And as we have seen, agriculture, the workforce, approximately close to 50% of the country still is engaged in agriculture as a workforce, yet its contribution to GDP is even not close to a quarter of the entire country's GDP. So where do we bridge this gap? Until and unless there are localized ways in which agriculture is reimagined, we are looking at a disproportionate future. So my sense and the hope is that COP is that platform. If we look forward to another 7 years from now, which is 2030, the entire energy that has been generated in the state of Jharkhand through COP, we hope and we anticipate that we can take it forward to other interested states, get on board as many gram panchayats as possible, and then leave the rest to them. They are pretty well equipped with their own wisdom, their own indigenous knowledge to take things forward the way that best suits them.